They call it the Middle Kingdom because for centuries they believed it was the absolute center of the world. And honestly, when you're there, you kind of get it. Today, it's this incredible land of wild contrasts. You can be on a bullet train, zipping along at 350 kilometers an hour, on your way to see a tomb that's been sitting there for 2,000 years. This isn't just a trip, it is an epic, and we're going to show you exactly how to do it right. And look, that right there is our promise to you. You cannot see all of China in one lifetime, let alone one trip. And you shouldn't even try. We've done the hard work. We've sifted through everything to create an expert playbook for you. This is all about getting the absolute most out of your adventure, without all the usual headaches, so you can actually connect with the real soul of the place. Okay, so every great adventure has to start with a why, right? The thing that calls to you. For China, that why is the imperial dream. We're talking about the legends, the sites so monumental they almost don't seem real. This is the heart of an ancient empire, and this is exactly where our story begins. Let's just start with a number that is almost impossible to wrap your head around. 13,000 miles. I mean, that's more than half the circumference of the entire planet. So when you're standing on the Great Wall, you're not just looking at some old structure. You are feeling the incredible weight of history, the sheer scale of human ambition, literally right there under your feet. And from one mind-bending scale to another, we've got 9,999 rooms. So why that exact number? Well, the story behind it is just fantastic. According to myth, only the Jade Emperor up in heaven could have a palace with 10,000 rooms. So the emperor on Earth, to show a little respect, built his home, the Forbidden City, just one room short of heavenly perfection. And then there's this, the Terracotta Army. This is the absolutely staggering vision of China's very first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. You see, he didn't just want a tomb. No, he demanded an entire army to protect him in the afterlife. We're talking over 8,000 life-sized soldiers, and get this, every single one has a unique face. They've been standing there, in silent formation, for over 2,000 years. It's a whole empire, just waiting underground. Standing in front of this army, it's truly a humbling experience. But here's the thing, that feeling of pure awe, it can get swallowed up really, really fast by the stress of navigating the massive crowds. So how do you make sure this becomes a personal encounter with history and not just another crowded tourist trap? Well, it all comes down to strategy. And this is where the pro moves make all the difference. Now, the rookie mistake, what everybody does, is they rush straight to pit 1. The main event. And yeah, you'll be impressed, but you'll completely miss the story. The pro move? You start at pit 3, the command post. You work your way backward. You build the narrative, you see the army just as the archaeologists did, and it all leads up to that jaw-dropping final reveal of the full army in pit 1. Trust me, it is a total game changer. All right, so you've got the why. You know what you want to see. Now let's get into the how. This is what we call navigating the gauntlet. Mastering China's logistics might look a little intimidating, but it's actually part of the adventure. And with the right playbook, you can turn what seems like a challenge into a totally seamless journey. Okay, listen up, because this is crucial. The Forbidden City has a super strict daily limit of 80,000 visitors. Showing up without a ticket isn't just a rookie mistake, it's a complete non-starter. You will not get in. The only way is to book your ticket exactly 7 days in advance using the official WeChat app. This isn't just a tip, it's non-negotiable. This one simple step is the key that unlocks the palace gates for you. So, once you've got that golden ticket, here is your game plan. You want to get to the Meridian Gate by 8 a.m., ready to walk in the second the gates open at 8:30. This gives you this precious golden window of relative quiet. Grab an audio guide, it's essential for understanding what you're seeing. And your mission is to get to the Hall of Supreme Harmony, the very heart of the palace, before that main wave of tour groups hits around 10:30. It is all about strategic timing. And when it comes to the Great Wall, a little planning goes a very long way. First, skip the super touristy battling section. Head to Mutianyu instead. It's just as beautiful and way less crowded. But the ultimate pro move? Get there by 7:30 in the morning on a weekday. If you do that for a few incredible moments, you might just get a section of the Great Wall of China all to yourself. And that is a memory you just can't put a price on. Now let's talk about this single most important tool in your entire arsenal, your smartphone. Seriously, forget about cash. It's pretty much obsolete in China. You are going to need digital wallets like Alipay or WeChat Pay for absolutely everything, from street food to souvenirs. Ride-hailing apps like Didi will be your absolute best friend, and a good translation app is a must. You master these few apps, and you'll be navigating China like a local, not a lost tourist. So you did it. You've conquered the imperial sites, you've mastered the logistics, and now it is time for your reward. We are heading out into China's absolutely breathtaking natural landscapes. We're talking scenery so stunning, it honestly feels like you've walked straight into a classic inkwash painting. This right here is the magic of a cruise down the Li River in Yangshuo. You're just floating past these unbelievable limestone karst mountains that just shoot straight up out of the water. And if that scene looks a little familiar, it's because this exact landscape is immortalized on the back of the 21 note. And when you're actually there in the middle of it, it's just surreal. Next up, we are headed to the Longji rice terraces, a UNESCO World Heritage Site known as the Dragon's Backbone. And depending on when you go, it is a completely different world. If you visit in May, the flooded paddies create this incredible mosaic of mirrors reflecting the sky. But come back in October, and the terraces are a rolling sea of gold ready for harvest. It's like visiting two completely different and equally magical places. Now, for a little change of pace from all the grand, epic stuff, we're going to Zhouzhuang, the Venice of the East. This ancient water town is just this beautiful maze of canals and old stone bridges. Taking a ride on one of the traditional boats here feels like you're gliding through a living history book. It's a charming, absolutely essential detour off the main tourist trail. From the raw beauty of the natural world, our journey now takes a bit of a spiritual turn. We're going up. We are ascending to the roof of the world, to the very soul of the Middle Kingdom. And for many people, this is the final and most profound part of the whole adventure. We're in Lhasa, Tibet, at the Potala Palace. And the first thing you have to understand is this number, 12,139 feet. At this altitude, let's be clear, this is not just sightseeing. It's a real physical challenge. The air is thin. Every single step takes effort. This is a pilgrimage, and it absolutely demands your respect and your preparation. Now, these are not just helpful tips. These are the essential, non-negotiable rules for a safe and respectful visit. You must book your ticket one day in advance. You must give your body time to acclimatize to the altitude before you even think about visiting. And you must stick to the strict 1-hour time limit inside. These rules are there for your safety and to preserve this sacred place. No exceptions. So there you have it. We've journeyed through the imperial dream, we've navigated the logistical gauntlet, and we have reaped the rewards of China's natural and spiritual wonders. We've basically covered a continent's worth of experiences. So the question now is, how do you take all this and make it your own? How do you craft your grand tour? This right here is the fundamental choice you have to make. Don't go in with the idea of seeing China. It's impossible. Instead, choose your adventure. Are you going to follow the path of emperors through the imperial north, from the Great Wall to the Terracotta Army, or are you going to explore the unbelievable landscapes of the karst line south, with its misty rivers and golden rice terraces? There is no wrong answer, but you have to choose one. And that leads us to our final, and honestly, our most important piece of advice. The single biggest mistake anyone makes when planning a trip to China is trying to do way too much. The country is simply too vast, too rich, and too deep for that. So pick a region, go deep, immerse yourself, use the tools we've given you, book everything ahead, and just get ready for an adventure you will never, ever forget. Pack lightly and just go.